I don't know if there is another God that they are not telling us to worship, but if it's the God in the Bible that I am reading and the one that I was taught about, yeah, feel like saying like blood, well, like he likes blood a lot. Because come to think of it, he told Abraham, sacrifice your son in Genesis 22. Even though he told Abraham not to do it anymore and provided the ram of sacrifice. Let's talk about the time that Israel, Judah, and Edom, they went to war against Misha, the king of Moab. And when they were at the war, and the king of Moab, that's Misha, saw that he was losing badly, he took his firstborn son, the one that would have reigned in his stead, his successor. And what did he do? He sacrificed his firstborn son. He burnt his firstborn son alive as a sacrifice to his god, Shemosh. And what did the Bible say? The Bible said there was a great indignation against Israel, that they had to flee from Moab, and they ran back. So the question is, why did God allow a pagan sacrifice to succeed? A father kills his son, and all of a sudden, there is victory for him. And if God detests child sacrifice, as he said in Deuteronomy 12:31, why not punish Moab instead of giving him victory in the war against your people? Ironically, the king of Moab sacrificed his son to save his nation. And centuries later, the Bible says God sacrificed his son to save the world. There is just this disturbing echo. Christians would say Jesus wasn't forced to die, that he chose it. And they would quote John 10:18, where Jesus said, no one takes my life from me. I lay it down of my own accord. So the idea is that Jesus was the one that sacrificed himself out of love, not because God chose violence. Okay, now, even if Jesus agreed to die, the question still remains, why was death even necessary at all? Because if God is all-powerful and all-loving, it means he could forgive without any blood spilling. So, if forgiveness requires pain, then that forgiveness is not unconditional. It is transactional. And if Jesus is also God, then it is not really consent. It is just like God sacrificing himself to satisfy the rules that he created himself. It is like writing an exam, setting the marking scheme, failing everybody, and then sitting for that same exam in order to pass it on behalf of everybody. Also, when Jesus was on the cross, close to death, he shouted, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, meaning, my God, why have thou forsaken me? Now, if Jesus came to die willingly, and if he's the Son of God, why is it that at that moment, he sounded abandoned and confused? I've heard people tell me that it was because in that moment, when Jesus said those words, he felt fully human. He was carrying the world's sin on himself, and he felt separated from God. But then, if Jesus was willing, he came willingly, and he knew the plan, why did he suddenly feel abandoned at that moment? And if Jesus is God, how can God abandon himself? And even if God's son felt abandoned, what does it say about human suffering? When one would cry and they will hear no response, they will hear no answer, you'll be crying and crying and crying. It will seem as though nobody is even listening to you. So the question is, if God is love, why did love need to die for me to be saved? What manner of sin did I sin that somebody needed to spill his blood for me? If for anything, it even makes me even more guilty that as I am now, one person died though for me to be saved. Any small thing I would say, hello, verse, I beg. It even makes me feel more guilty. A man had to, his blood, he was murdered, so to say. Somebody was murdered to save me. Why now? What did I do? What kind of sin did I commit that Jesus had to die for me, spill his blood for me to be saved? From what?
So you know what? We are not debating. This video have nothing to do with who is wrong, who is right. You get? So please, just your 1 cent, your opinion. What exactly do you think? With what all these things that this my younger sister have said, I know some of you said, oh, you people are not Christian enough, you people don't know God enough. Yes, we don't know God enough. So that is why this video is like a question. What is your own opinion? Drop your 1 cent. What you think? Like in every corner that you feel we are wrong, no problem, go ahead, just say it. Tell us this is where you are wrong, this is where you are wrong, this is where you are right, this is where you are right. Because sometimes there are some certain things I will see people, like, those Christian people that love God so much do, and I would like seriously, like, as a Christian, are you supposed to do things like this? So there is this lady that, that, died some years ago. She was called Ada Jesus. I know a lot of you might not know her, but some people might still know this lady called Ada Jesus. Now, according to what we're seeing online, they say this lady offended two people, two important people. Number one was a pastor. Number two was a native doctor. But guess what? When this lady was on her sick bed, like when she was almost giving up, what did she do? Her people have to take her around to apologize to those people that she offended. They take this lady to a native doctor first, so that people will not say the native doctor was doing over sabi, or I don't know how to put that word, or he was trying to do eye service. Thank you. First, they take this lady Ada Jesus to a native doctor which she offended. She said some wrong things against the man. The man, from the bottom of his heart, forgive this girl and even gave the family money to support her treatment. But that the same lady, when they take that the same lady to a pastor that lady offended, guess what happened? That pastor said he will never and he can never forgive that lady. That he swear or whatsoever that he can never forgive that lady as long as he's a man of God. Like, so there are some certain things that some Christian would do that a native doctor, a marine spirit, a water worshipper, Amadioha worshipper, whatsoever, will never do to anybody, will never do to any living soul. But a Christian will cross his or her heart and do those things to people. So please, see, with all these things that this my younger sister is saying, we are not debating. We are not saying he's wrong, she's right, whatsoever. No, it's just a question. Your 1 cent, your opinion is important. So please tell me, what do you think? Is she wrong or is she right? Because there are some certain things I will say, I'm like, Baba God, there are some things I don't understand about you, your rules and whatsoever. Some things feel off to me. Some things feel off to me as a woman being. I don't want to talk about whether Christian or non-Christian, but as a woman being, some things feel off to me. And for those who claim to be a very good Christian,